how to program the ADX indicator for beginners. So the first thing you want to do is open up your terminal and head to this little button right here. I already have the code already up to make it easy for you guys, but what you want to do is hit New, go to Next, make sure your Expert Advisor is clicked, type in your name of the Expert Advisor, and hit Next all the way through, and you'll come up to something like this. What we are going to work on is just the on tick, okay? So I programmed already the three parts of the ADX indicator. If you don't know how to use the ADX, I'll show you guys as an example. We're going to open up a random chart, say pound CAD. We're going to go to the ADX since it's an inbuilt indicator on basically all MetaTraders. We have our period where we're applied to the close, open, high, low. And for this color, guys, this is our ADX line. The ADX has three different lines. ADX, the positive, and the negative line. The ADX does not indicate direction. It does indicate how much, basically, like kind of like momentum. But the red and green line indicate a buy or a sell. So when we're looking at this on the chart, and we'll make it a little bit different, a little bit easier to see. Count 6. When we're looking at the charts, guys, you can see that once the ADX is increasing, and you can have this little limiter here. It goes from 0 to like 58 or 60 around there. Now, you can make it that while programming that your barrier line is 29 or 30. So the ADX has to increase past 30 and has to be green over red to enter the trade. Now, we're going to program different scenarios together to establish entering a trade or a non-trade, okay? You can do this for a sell, you can do this for a buy. Basically, you have your barrier that you're going to use for your ADX, and either the buy, either the green is above or green is below for your buy or your sell. All right, let's head back to the chart of the MQL. So our part right here, we're going to break this down very easily. We're going to make this a double, okay? So when you're programming indicators, always make it a double. So when it reads out, it's not just a whole, not like an int as a whole number. It comes out with different decimal points, okay? So when you look at this, we're going to name this a mode ADX, current or 0, and it's going to be our current. We're going to do IADX. If you want to learn how to program that, just hit F1, and this is going to show you how to program the ADX, okay? And here's their example down here. Now, if you want to go to that, just go to your help reference, and it'll break it down. We're going to use null to run it on all currency pairs. Use 0 for the current chart. We're going to use a period of 10, which you guys can change to anything you like. We're going to use the close candle, or on the current candle for on the 0 of the current price. And we use the mode main. So there's 3 modes. We have mode main, mode minus, and the mode plus. All of them are applicable to their names. And here's our shift. So you guys can do shift 0, 1 right here. Oh, I must have mistyped that. And our shift 2. And you'll see the applicable for the minus 0, 1, and 2. Okay? 1 and 2. Now, when we see this, guys, you will have the ADX indicator for the first candle, second candle, and third candle. So now let's program our buy scenario just to show you guys how to use it as an example, okay? So remember, we're going to have our barrier line. So we're going to do something like this. Our ADX has to be greater than, say, 20, okay? And the ADX on the current candle has to be greater than the ADX of the previous candle, okay? And, oops, sorry about that. And the positive position, the positive green line, has to be greater than the negative. That's an example, okay? And we're going to hit compile. Compiles clean. And here's our total orders. We're going to basically run total orders. It's going to check to see if there's any orders. If buy scenario 1 is true, then we'll enter our buy trade. And what you can do with multiple scenarios, you can have 4, 5, 10 different buy scenarios. So when using the ADX, if a certain pattern comes up using the ADX in the buy scenario, it will be true. And if this one's true and this one's true, you can have OR statements here. indicating that this enter the trade. So we're going to enter in, we're going to go check our trade real quick. We're going to use pound yen as an example, and we're going to run on the hour, a little bit easier, and we're going to go back a little bit and hit start. Oh, I'm sorry, wrong test file. ADX test robot, and hit start. And this might take some time, guys, but basically when we're running this figure, all right, hit start. Give me a second. No historical data. If you guys get an error for no historical data, let's go to here, hit download. Where's pound yen? Reminder. Yeah. Just hit download right there. And yeah, once it's done loading up, you can hit close, hit start. And there's 3 different options here. Option fast, option for every tick. We're going to use the open price for speed. But if you look at it, guys, and we go to the ADX, and we're going to make it a little bit prettier so you guys can see. We can see that when the ADX, and we'll make this a little bit easier to be seen also, we'll use this as green, G-R-E-N, okay. This is white. Let's make this red. Not tomato. Make this red, and we'll see. Once the ADX is above 20 and the green is above the red, we'll enter in our trade. Now, there's a lot of things you can add to control this rapid thing, but basically, every time we do this, it will enter the trade over and over and over again. And for this experiment, it does pretty good. I mean, it's in profit, but just how it is, like a risk reward is not, I mean, this is not set to make profit, just to show you how to use the ADX indicator. Well, we can change it up to make it even more discrete and make it more things to look at, to make it more specific. Let's make it above, let's say, 35, for example, and still following this rule right here, okay? And then we'll go over here, and we'll hit start, run really fast again. See, now it doesn't have as many trades as before. And when it moves, the ADX has to be over 35 and above, and still that the green's over the red. See? Now we'll try it again, add some more criteria, and I'll add a little bit, make it a little bit different. So let's make this 20 again. And we're going to copy this right here, for example. And this is where we're going to use our other scenarios, and how you guys can also use the ADX in a different formula too. Okay? So hit paste on that. So let's say for this experiment, we need the ADX to, let's see, for a buy, we need the ADX to be, say, really, so this is under 20. Let's try it at, oh, okay, I know what to do. Let's try this way. We need the ADX. We need the ADX. Where's that? ADX positive. In this scenario, we're going to have the ADX all be the same right here. But in this scenario, we want, and this will be an and. I'll typically put the and somewhere else, but with this, we'll make the ADX positive greater than our current ADX. So you're going to look for a scenario where this is greater than, or positive is greater than that. Hit compile, no errors on that. Or, this is true. Where's or? By scenario 2 is true. And I'll give you an example. When you look at the ADX, you'll sometimes find that the positive line is greater than our negative line. I'm sorry, our ADX line. I'll give you an example. We'll hit green again and make it dark. So let's find an example where the ADX green line is greater than the green line is greater than ADX. See, like this right here. See our ADX is our green line is greater than our ADX right here. You can enter it or use it as a criteria to enter it as a trade. And based off of that, we make our red right here. A little bit. There's red. You can see that in this scenario, the green is greater than the ADX and is in a positive condition, but the ADX is still above 20. You can use this as a way to enter on a high range trade. There's multiple things you can do when programming the ADX, since it has so much flexibility into it. So we'll hit compile again as an or statement here. And now we're looking at either by scenario 1 equals true or by scenario 2 equals true. And actually, it's not going to program right. Let's do this right here. Do a parentheses. Now that makes more sense. All right, now that error's gone. So now by scenario 1 equals 2 or equals true, or by scenario is true. If either one of these are true, then we'll enter our trade. Now we're doing a fast mode again. And if you want it more accurate, just use control every tick. Use every tick every time. It's going to be a little bit slower, and you're going to see it run through a little bit longer, okay? Here. See? Now it's going to work at sometimes. Remember, this is not made to make money, guys. To show you how to use the ADX indicator in 2 different scenarios. And you can use it in multiple different scenarios, create different types of patterns that you're looking for, specific patterns or general patterns, just for the ADX indicator. See? Just keep on running. There's things that you need to put on there, like limits on how many orders it enters per candle, because it can pretty much go on forever. It gets getting stopped out. But just a general thing like this. See? So this indicator has 2 different entry points. 2 different entry points, either by scenario 1, by scenario 2. You can do a scalp position, another third scenario. And this is how you program it, guys. The code will not be on my website. I won't be putting it on there, so just be on the video. If any questions or comments about how to program the ADX indicator, let me know. I'll be posting a couple more videos about programming next couple days. Please like, share, and subscribe. Thank you guys for making it to the end of the video. Peace.